This silicone flower impression board has a groove on one side, and you want to roll out your green gum paste over that groove. That will give you a way to attach the wire to the back of the leaf. You see it made a raised spot in the gum paste, and I'm going to cut out the ivy leaf shape with the raised spot about 3/4 of the way up the leaf. And then I'm going to dip the end of a 24 gauge wire into some gum glue, and then you're going to position it up against the raised part that we created in the back of the leaf, and then press it over like it's a flap, and that attaches the wire to the back of the leaf. Then you want to flip the mat over and use the veining side to add a veined texture to the front of the leaf, and I'm using a shaping foam to help me do that. I'm going to let the leaf dry on this flower former so that it doesn't dry flat. It has a curved shape to it so that it looks more natural. Here again, I'll show you. You want to make sure that you dust both the silicone mat and the groove and the gum paste really well with powdered sugar so that nothing sticks. You want to roll the gum paste out over the groove in the silicone mat. I'm using the pink spacer ring, so it's about 1/16 of an inch thick. You want to position the cutter so that the raised part is only about 3/4 of the way up from the base of the leaf to the top. Then you want to dip your wire in gum glue and then fold that little raised bit over the wire like that. And then flip the mat over using the veining side and some shaping foam to just gently add a vein texture to the front part of the leaf. And again, I'm going to let it dry on this flower former so that it's got a little bit of a shape to it. If you find it easier to start out with the sausage shape and then kind of press that into the groove and then roll it out, that works fine. Just use whatever works for you. Just make sure that everything is well dusted with powdered sugar so you don't have to worry about anything sticking. You can see here it's wanting to stick just a little bit. I'm going to take my palette knife and use that to lift the gum paste up so nothing gets torn. And again, you just make sure that you position the leaf cutter so that the raised part is only about 3/4 of the way up the back of the leaf. Dip the wire in some gum glue, fold the little flap over, then just press the front of the leaf into the texture part of the mat like so to give the veins on the front of the leaf, and then allow it to dry on the flower former. Then you get to have fun brushing them. Here I'm using some forest green and I believe it's some moss green petal dust. Again, this just gives the leaves a darker, richer green color. You could certainly play around with different greens depending on what you need these for and what colors you need them to be. These are ivy leaves, so they need to be kind of a darker green. And the nice thing about dusting the leaves with the petal dust is it really makes the veins stand out so that you can really see them, and it makes it look more realistic. Obviously, I have sped up the video quite a bit, so you don't have to spend your entire day watching me dust these leaves with petal dust. Once I'm all done, I'm just going to use the wax paper to funnel the petal dust back into the containers. Again, this is why I like using wax paper when I'm dusting flowers and leaves. And that's what they look like when they're all dusted and steamed, so that the petal dust, sticks to the leaves and doesn't, get everywhere. Now I'm going to tape them together so it's like a spray of ivy leaves. And I'm going to start off by using this green florist tape and wrapping the wires in this green florist tape. Sometimes it can be tricky to get the florist tape started, so what I usually do is try and get it started a little bit below the leaf. Go a couple of revolutions around the wire and then push the tape up against the base of the leaf. And then once it gets started, it's usually a pretty quick process to tape the rest of the wire. Here it is again sped up so it doesn't take all day for you to watch me, taping these wires. And so taping the wires helps to get them to, kind of adhere together when you go to tape them all together as a spray. So I'm just going to quickly tape all of the wires that have leaves on them. And now I'm going to tape them together. Here you can be creative and you can arrange them pretty much however you want. You're going to start with a central leaf, and then this is going to be the wire to which you attach all the other wires. And here I have sped up the video in the interest of saving time, but you can get an idea of how you can attach all these leaves together, and then if you're going to then add some flowers or whatever else you're going to add, you can piece together a pretty elaborate flower floral arrangement to go on your cake. Once they're all taped together, you can do any kind of fine tuning, positioning of the leaves that you may want to do. And here I'm just going to spread them out a little bit so that you can see each individual leaf. And that is a spray of ivy leaves.